kids, it's not all about talking. So sometimes we will be teaching them and telling them, do you see God's hand in nature? Do you see what he's doing with his own hand? He changes the leaves to red. Do you see it? But sometimes we have to stop and listen, because they're going to reflect back to us what we have been telling them. When my son Benjamin was 4, my son Noah was making a diorama. If you have a school-aged child, you're familiar with this whole diorama business. Take a shoebox, turn it on its side, make some ecosystem for some animal. My son Noah was just crazy about Komodo dragons. I could tell you just about anything about a Komodo dragon, because we made dioramas and did reports and made stuffed Komodo dragons. So we had just made a diorama about the Komodo dragon. And Benjamin, who is 18 months younger than Noah, has chased Noah since the day he was born. Anything Noah can do, Benjamin can do. That is his life motto. And so he was very into this whole Komodo dragon thing, this whole diorama thing, paid a lot of attention to it. Noah took it to school. I thought we were done with it. Benjamin was in preschool, and we were coming back from, I had picked him up at the end of preschool. We were coming back, we were in the van. I had a newborn, and I'm sure this never happens to you, that you spend your time in the car trying to keep the newborn awake because you need the nap later, and all you can think is, keep the newborn awake, I gotta get home before he falls asleep. And so I'm driving in that sort of mental place where I'm Josiah, no, don't fall asleep. And Benjamin's kind of quiet, which is super uncharacteristic. And out of the back of the van, all of a sudden I hear him say, Mama, do you ever wonder if the whole wide world is God's diorama? He's 4. That was my thought, honestly. Can't you just be 4? We've got to get home. We've got to do the naps. We've got to keep going. And so I'm stalling for time because I don't know what to say. So I say, no, buddy, I've never thought about that before. Can you tell me more about that? So he starts talking, and he says, Mama, he says, what if it's like, in the spring, he takes out the snow and he puts in the flowers. And what if it's like, in the fall, he takes out the flowers and he changes the leaves. And then in the winter, he takes out the leaves and he puts in the snow. What if it's like that? Did you ever think about that, Mama? I said, I never did. And he keeps talking, and I'm not really listening at this point because I'm suddenly realizing there's something really lonely about that picture. It's not that it's not true, it's that there's something missing. And so I say, Benjamin, maybe it's like that. Maybe the whole wide world is like God's diorama. Maybe. I don't know. But here's what I know for sure. More important than the flowers or the leaves or the snow, our great big God wants nothing more than to be near you. And so if you're in the box, all he wants is to squish his big self down into that box. And Benjamin giggled because it was a funny picture to him of a great big God squishing down into a little box. But he was telling me what I was teaching him. He was saying, Mom, you taught me about the leaves. You taught me about the leaves, and I heard that. But then he said, here's what you didn't teach me. And if we don't listen, we miss that. I had the opportunity to correct my own teaching. When all I wanted was to get home for this nap, I had the opportunity to explain to my son, all he wants is to be with you. And that doesn't, the leaves, all the other stuff is secondary. He wants in the box. That's what he wants. We have to listen carefully. You have to pay attention to what they're saying to us.